But what I set up was you set up a corporation, and it's bullshit. Okay, I've set up, it's a dummy corporation. It's called, when you see at the end of the show, Black Humor Incorporated or Jon Stewart's, forget what his is called. I'm richer than Lewis, and it comes on. Well, I'll tell you how much bullshit it is. I'm the CEO. So how that you look at that? That's for starters. That's like, I think it wouldn't surprise me if federal officers in the real world should come and arrest me, because I'm not. There's no way I'm a competent CEO, and I know it because I have very little organizational skills. And so what I used to do was I had to, because I wanted to, because they pay you in a check since you're a corporation, they give you the lump sum. But in order that I would be sure that I had money to cover my taxes, I would pay myself a salary, and then they would take the taxes out. And this was just this some sort of group that did checks, just checks. And I would pay myself on the basis of, ooh, you were really funny this month. And I'd write out a big check. And then I'd go, you weren't so hot. And I'd write out a little check. And the guy who manages my money looked and he said, you're insane. You realize you're nuts. This isn't how you do it. They said, I can save you a lot in taxes. And I said to him, and this was the truth, I don't really care because I've waited my whole life to pay tax. And I think that there's an inordinate kind of protection that goes on for me that people don't get. And I know that because I got screwed for so long. People were much more interested in my money when I was broke. Like, oh boy, we're going to look at your roach-infested apartment and see what exactly, I bet you're hiding gold bars under there. So no, I'm still pissed. And I don't like getting old. And I don't like forgetting shit. I really don't like that. That really pisses me off. But I have to stand there and go, you know that movie with the guy? What, hair? No, not that hair, the smaller hair. They used to have dental work. It's done by that guy, you know, the dentist, the famous dentist. There's no way to have a conversation. My friends and I have gotten together and said we're just going to have to stay together or we won't remember shit. Let me see who else anybody who hasn't asked a question. Yeah.
First of all, I want to say that I love how you used to close your shows. I don't know if you still do it with the Arkansas story about the rednecks that have the...
Oh, no, I've gone way beyond that. You've not seen anything in a while. I'm going to have to go in there and I'll get you all the CDs. We'll give you a package deal. Promise and put it all together. I think $360, but you get a pool membership. Great industry. You're going to love it. All you got to do now is make a film that's so large that it can't be contained on screen. If you can do that with some sort of a hero that's so super, but yet so very, very human, who is having a very important relationship on a funny level, and has impregnated the girl, but she's really not. I don't know. I just say, you know what my advice is? If you like doing it, just keep doing it and do it and do it, and do whatever you can within it. Like I started out as a writer, and then I started acting. I just started doing it to learn and directing. I didn't like directing because you have to pay attention to shit. It's really hard. Don't ever, seriously, because they got to stay awake. And they got to listen to actors go, oh, I don't know, this nipple really itches today. So I began to do other stuff, and I wrote and I acted and I did anything else that I could just to stay around it. And that's what you do. Just stick with it. As long as you stick, you really love to do film. Only an idiot would love to do film, right? I mean, really. I mean, it's like, seriously, it's like an addiction. And if you decide to leave it, there's nothing wrong with leaving it. Everybody, I had a lot of friends who left theater and they were like, oh, I feel really bad. I go, you're free! And so just don't ever question it, because if you're going to leave it, you'll leave it. And if you're going to do it, you're just going to keep doing it. And there's nothing you can do. With people who do it, there's nothing else they can do. It's the way it works. So if you start with something you really love, you can't really go wrong, because it'll lead you to something else you really love. That's the way it works. I mean, I started as a playwright. I really love playwriting, and now I'm a comic, and I love doing that. I mean, I wouldn't have ended up being a comic if I hadn't started with playwriting.
How pissed off do you get at the paparazzi who follow you around all over?
Wow, the paparazzi that follow me around? You're it. The paparazzi, you know what pisses me off more is, and I'll take all the pictures if you guys want to take a picture of me. I love that. But if I could ever get my hands on the person who decided that a cell phone should have a camera, I will kill them. Because there are billions and billions of pictures of me now that have been taken, and every one of them is basically a picture of me and what I would look like if I had hepatitis.